Good morning, students. So today I am going to explain you about the chemical equations. So chemical equation express the chemical changes with the help of symbol and formula. So here you can see that we can write a chemical equation by using symbols and formulas. So chemical equation, all the chemical equations convey us in detailed information. So it tells us about the substances used to start a chemical reaction. So it tells us about the reactants. During this or during the combination of the reactants or action of the reactants, it tells us about the number of atoms and molecules of the reactants and products form also. So here you can see that nitrogen, one atom of nitrogen reacts with 3H2O, 3 atoms of hydrogen, and in the presence of catalyst it is forming 2 atoms of ammonia, which is a gas. So this reaction convey us and give detailed information about the number of atoms and molecules also. C part is we can easily show or write any chemical equation by using symbols and formula of the reactant side, reactants also, and the product also. It is also showing the condition under which chemicals change. So in the class 7 I told you that there are four main types of the reactions: combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement, double displacement, and two more are there: exothermic and endothermic. So like this, some reaction needs even catalyst. So all these are the conditions: whether the heat is evolving, whether it is heat is absorbing, whether it is combination or decomposition. So this example is given, you can see here on the screen. This example is the combination reaction example. Here you can see, in the presence of the catalyst iron, so iron catalyst increase the rate of reaction or either decrease the rate of reaction. So definition is also given in the something more blue box. Catalyst is defined as a substance or an element which can increase or decrease the rate of reaction without taking part in it. So here you can see iron only is acting as a catalyst, either decreasing the reaction or increasing the rate of reaction. So it in the product side, iron is not there, it is only ammonia is there in the product side. So you can say it is not combining with the reactant and forming a product. So it is not taking part in the reaction, it only increases the reaction rate of reaction or decreases. So remember this definition. So at the end, a catalyst is obtained back, so again it will come back and again it will help the reactant for increasing the rate of reaction. So substance that are used or alter the rate of reaction is called catalyst. Definition is given. So we can make chemical equation more informative. For example, if you will write here G, small g. So we all know that nitrogen is a gas, hydrogen is a gas. When they are combining, they are forming or obtaining a ammonia gas, which is also a gas. So all the three are gas. So here below this nitrogen we can easily write G, small g. So anybody by writing the small g down the nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia gas, or by putting the arrow mark simply, let me show you, like this G, like G, and here you can, in place of G we can put the arrow mark also, upright arrow, like this. So we will get the information that the nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia, the reactants and the products are the gases, or we can easily. So sometimes hydrogen when react with oxygen, when the hydrogen react with the oxygen, it produce water, H2O, it produce the water. So we can say that hydrogen is a gas, Oxygen is a gas, but the product form is liquid. So we can write here small l. So small l represent the physical state of the water or the product. So like this we can easily write. The same thing happen. It gives us information about the evolution of a gas. You can see the second point, evolution of a gas. So by putting arrow, I told you in some gases it produce a it's when the metal reacts with any acid, it liberate the hydrogen gas, so it liberate the gases. So the chemical information gives us idea about the evolution of a gases. It also gives idea about the precipitate formation, and precipitate always forms at the base of the test tube. So whenever reactant mix with each other, it will form product in the form of precipitate. Now next is condition under which the reaction occurs. So reactions can be I told you, it can be exothermic, it can be endothermic, it needs catalyst. Now the last one, they are saying the same thing, evolution and absorption of heat. So the reaction can be exothermic or endothermic based on their conditions. So by knowing, or by just simply knowing or looking into the reaction, we will get all the information. Now what are the limitation? So limitation wise also you can see, limitation wise also so here you can see limitation wise, a chemical equation does not convey the concentration of reactant, exact concentration they are not showing. Concentration means amount. It does not convey the speed of the reaction, like how the catalyst, at what rate catalyst increases the reaction exactly or decreases the reaction. These chemical equations are not showing this information. During a chemical reaction, the quantity of energy absorbed or evolved, whenever the heat is evolved, it is immediately just mixed with the atmosphere. So we will not able to get the, even the gases also, liberated gases, we will not exactly measure the amount of the gas. So this is also one of the limitation. Some reaction are explosive, but it is not clear, we cannot see in during by simply writing the chemical equation. A chemical equation is representing a chemical change is possible, or it is only a theoretical concept which is not indicating. For example, they are showing that in the formation of benzene, they are not showing the temperature or exactly pressure which is used for the preparation of different compounds. So here simply they are saying that 6C plus 3H2O, it is forming benzene. So benzene formula is C6H6. So benzene cannot be prepared by the direct combination, so they need different temperature also, pressure also, and other conditions also. So simply this is not giving the complete information. So this is also one of the limitation. So chemical equation is not able to convey this also exactly in some reactions. So remember, these are the informative things and these are the limitations. There are 4 limitations. Now what is law of conservation of mass? So law of conservation of mass, you all know that for every element, for example calcium is there, calcium atomic number is 20 and the mass number of calcium is 40, we all know. Same as for carbon also, carbon C6H12, and oxygen we have (16). Oxygen we have the 16. So you can see here we can calculate the mass, or we can prove that this balanced equation of calcium and oxygen is following the law of conservation of mass, which states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a it can interchange its that product atoms. So in a balanced chemical equation, remember always, total number of reactant is always equal to the total number of the product. So how we can say, as I said, remember that atomic number we write here subscript and superscript we write at atomic mass. So atomic mass, so we, for calculating the this atomic masses, we need to know about the mass, not the atomic number. Okay, so in case of calcium, when calcium reacts with oxygen and it produces the calcium oxide. So here we know that we have the 2 atoms of calcium, that's, and the mass, atomic mass of calcium is 40, as I have written here also. So 2 into 40, why we have done 2, why we have multiplied with 2 with this 40, because here you can see in the reaction, here is 2 Ca. So 2 into 40, 40 is the mass of the calcium. So 2 into 40, U is the unit, atomic unit. Oxygen, so here we have the 2 element of oxygen. So still, and the atomic mass of oxygen is 16, I have written here also. So 2 into 16. Same as the product is obtaining, it is a balance equation, so we will get the 2 atom of CaO. So we will write 2, then in a bracket atomic mass of 40 of calcium and 16 of oxygen. So this 2 is for calcium also and this 2 is for oxygen also. So when we will solve it, when we will do the multiplication, 2 into 40 will be the 80 and 2 into 16 will be the 32. So when we will add it, it will come 112 mu. Same as when you will multiply the 2 with 40 and the 16, when you will solve this equation 2 and in the bracket 40 into 60, first you have to add the 40 and plus 16, it will be 56, and then 56 when you will do multiplied by 2, you will get the 112 mu. So here you can say see also and say also that this reaction, this balance equation is following the law of conservation of mass, because when we solved it, we will get the same atomic mass unit which is 112 at the reactant side and 112 at the product side. So the law of conservation is proved by calculating. Only you have to remember the reading of the mass. You should know the mass of the element. If you will know the mass, then you can easily do the multiplication and addition, and you can prove any reaction like this. So do practice in that online class also we will practice more reactions. So thank you, have a nice day, God bless you all.